Last year, Kuro Games, the studio behind Wuthering Waves and Punishing Gray Raven, confirmed that they were working on another game. All we knew at the time was that it was called Project Nami. Kuro have been pretty silent in terms of what we can expect from the game, what kind of gameplay it's going to utilize, even what kind of game it's going to be. However, in the last few months, it has become very evident that they have ramped up the recruitment process for the game. With Kuro's renewed focus in the development of the game, there has been a lot of speculation online. 17 days ago, there was a Reddit thread made referencing a Facebook post that was made one day before that from the Daily Punishing Waves Facebook page. This is a completely fan-run community. This is absolutely nothing to do with either Wuthering Waves, Punishing Gray Raven, or Kuro as a studio. Nevertheless, there was a Facebook post posted on the Facebook page that has inspired thousands of reactions, tens of thousands of potential misinformed players that are spreading this news as if it is fact, when the reality is, it very well might be, but at the same time, there is just as high a chance that it isn't. I'm not discrediting them as a source or as a leak. Rather, I just want people to be well aware that there is no association, at least that I am aware of, between this Facebook page and Kuro as a studio. And while I would love to believe that this is a legitimate source, I can't. And I would strongly advise you correct people that believe that it is. It's both fascinating, I think, a little bit to me, that what began as a rumor from a random Facebook page has since spiraled entirely out of control to the point that thousands or tens of thousands of people now believe that it is fact, all without a direct confirmation from Kuro at all. Nevertheless, if there is some kind of basis, some kind of foundation to this leak, to this rumor, then I think it has the potential to be a very cool game. On the Gacha Gaming subreddit, which was the first subreddit to post about it, that spawned thousands of people across social media to discuss this, as you can see, there are 173 comments. The Facebook page itself has 75 comments, 185 shares, and 763 reactions, interactions, totaling thousands of people. These people are sharing this everywhere across social media. So I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and take a look, because as I noted, while this might not be real, while this might not be the direction that Kuro's new game Project Nami takes, it also might. I don't see a source posted from him. Maybe he actually has a source and he just forgot to include it. Either way, the Reddit thread states Kuro's new project, Nami, recruitment started on May 2022. I actually covered this in a video last year, and they have been actively recruiting for the last 2 years. They've also been actively recruiting as of the last month for Wuthering Waves and for Punishing Gray Raven, which is fantastic news. All of the success that they have garnered as a direct result of Wuthering Waves' success is being put into both Punishing Gray Raven and Wuthering Waves to help further them along and to push the development of Project Nami. That way they have several potential very successful games. But let's take a look at the Facebook post. Before we discuss anything else, I want to take a moment to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal. I can't thank you all enough for the support, and let's keep talking. Next, Kuro Project Nami. According to this Facebook page, it is going to be a fantasy game. It's going to have superpowers, retro futurism, special abilities, mega structure, metabolism building. I don't know if I have no idea what metabolism building is. And they go on to state that they will take reference for the scenes from the Gravity Rush 2 PS4 game. I will admit, I actually did not play Gravity Rush 2. It seems as though they included 2 images here as references. Again, there is no noticeable source included in this post. Going down to the comment section, you see people just are taking this guy at face value. So they're taking Gravity Rush as a reference. It's cool, man. I love those 2 games. I wish they were ported to PC so I can play them again. What genre and gameplay will look like? I hope they don't abandon Punishing Gray Raven. No, they really will not. If you look at the recruitment page that was opened recently, you'll see that there are multiple positions open specifically for Punishing Gray Raven. So they are 100% not ignoring or abandoning the game. Dead game from day one. The next project of Kuro is interesting. Does that mean it's going to be open world? Oh, they're using Gravity Rush as a reference? But let's go ahead and take a look at Reddit and see if they're a little more intelligent here. Ah yes, this seems totally legit coming from a random Facebook post with no source anywhere. Someone links to the recruitment page from over a year ago, referencing Project Nami, referencing Punishing Gray Raven, referencing Wuthering Waves. The top post in that thread actually goes on to state that looking at the rest of the descriptions for the job postings of Project Nami on Kuro's recruitment page makes it seem as though it's an action RPG 3D dungeon crawler, but it's not going to be turn-based or like Zenless Zone Zero at all, which what is interesting is that it could be a AAA game based on the familiar with the AAA action games on the market from one of the job descriptions. And since this game just got listed as a new trademark, I wouldn't expect this game for 4 to 5 years, my estimation. So based off of their job recruitment, it does seem as though it is at the very least going to be an action RPG, but it also says potentially a dungeon crawler. I don't know if Gravity Rush was a dungeon crawler or not. Again, I never played the game. Doing a quick Google search, it doesn't look as though that's the case. And looking at images, Gravity Rush 2 seems to be an open world game. It actually looks pretty beautiful. Holy crap. And some of the characters in Gravity Rush 2 look actually crazy. Holy crap. Okay, wow, yeah. So, dude, if they actually pursue like a Gravity Rush style, they kind of remind me a little bit of like a cel-shaded Nier Automata. But if they actually go with the Gravity Rush 2 direction, it could potentially be as good, if not even better, than Wuthering Waves. But at the same time, based off of the recruitment page, a 3D dungeon crawler, what would that look like? Something, I feel like that would be something like Zenless Zone Zero, because Zenless is essentially a dungeon crawler. It's where you deploy units and farm instances. That's my understanding of what a dungeon crawler is, like Soul Worker, like Vindictus. So, I mean, they're not necessarily my kinds of games. I like open world games like Wuthering Waves, like Neverness to Everness is going to be like Project Mugen, like Genshin Impact. They're all very fun for me. I think they appeal to potentially the largest audience possible, because people love bright games, they love open games that you have the freedom to do pretty much whatever you want in. Limiting yourself to a dungeon crawler might end up severely underperforming. I don't know, that's just me, that's what I think. At the end of the day, I just want to note, while I do think a potential Gravity Rush 2 inspired Wuthering Waves could be a really cool game, I also want to temper my expectations and temper your expectations, because while there have been thousands of people that have shared this, it's very likely to be false. Not entirely, it is not 100%, but it is likely until we get an official source. I've seen multiple people ask for a source, not a single person has been responded to. So this could just be him trying to spread misinformation. Either way, I guess we'll find out more probably next year as we approach, what, like year 3 of the development process for it. Now, if none of this is of any interest to you though, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more up your alley.